I hit the like button. I'm asking for likes and shares. I'm not having it. Shout out to everybody that is participating. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All you people that's not, you need to do something about it. Figure it out. It's simple. Hit the like, hit the share. Simple. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all got me effed up. Y'all got me all the way effed up. Y'all crazy as hell. Y'all crazy as hell.
Man, what's going on with black folks, man? Black folks don't support like that.
I don't understand how I'm the person that they always say I'm against black folks, but somehow every time we play a video of me talking, it's the opposite of what they're saying. I don't get it. They always say that, Sharon, you against black men, but every time we review a video, Kills, it's the opposite of that. Nah, bruh. They owe me something. Truth, they owe. These graham crackers owe. Sell you graham cracker, angry graham cracker, they owe, bruh. I'm cooking your. I'm cooking, sell you. Yo, Truth. I'm cooking, sell you graham crackers, and I'm cooking the angry graham cracker. What up, Truth?
What's going on, Bracey? How you feeling this Friday?
You know, I'm chefing it up, bro.
Let's go. Let's get you paid, Short. I'm here. Let's go.
Huh?
I said, let's get you paid. I'm here.
How you feel about the conversation so far of me cooking these people up right now?
I love the back and forth.
Yeah, but who's getting cooked? Whose side are you on the point of view? Who what is your thoughts so far in the conversation?
Well, I just pulled up, so I need you to play it a little bit.
I got you. All right.
Sharon, I think
hold on, that's not how that works. The jury of your peers does not mean that's not how, excuse me.
I agree.
Hold on, that's not how that works.
Understand things.
That's not how, excuse me.
I agree.
Hold on, that's not how that works. A jury of your peers does not mean jury of your race. Your peers is not your race. That's established by Cornell law. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to combat you with education, which is based in intelligence, not based in race. And that's the big problem. I don't have to bring a racial argument to you because I'm only giving you the facts based on the law and based on the intelligence. When you look at Cornell law and you look at the definition of what is a peer is someone that is in your environment or your immediate surrounding. Now, according to Frisco County in Texas, it's only 10 to 11% of black people. Now, according to Frisco County in Texas, it's only 10 to 11% of black people. That's according to Frisco County in Texas. It's only 10 to 11% of black.
That's very important.
Black people that's in that county, which is majority white, right? So when they come down to the jury selection, that you had people who was using, you had the defense and you had the prosecution that was using strikes to disbar people from the jury selection process. And when it came down to it, there were people who said, I do not feel comfortable putting a young black man behind bars. And also I'm a teacher. That was part of the qualifications to be removed. So again, introduce to me this racial element that did not give this young man a fair trial.
So the racial element is that. So I just want to also point out that he tried to frame it. He tried to frame it a certain way. He tried to frame it as if that he's the one that's bringing the education. Just want that to be clear. He's bringing the education. Welcome to the show, Bomb Cherry, Shadow the Titan Wild. Why do I gotta cook them up so much, Bomb Cherry?
I don't know why you flaming them, baby. I don't know what you doing. I didn't even know it was Friday until you started cooking. Like, what the Hey, Josh, how you doing, man? Hey, everybody in chat. I didn't know it was Friday. You over here making some gumbo, jambalaya, chicken. What you doing?
You know what I'm saying?
Asian food on us over there, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I got that, hey, Bum, I got that walking, you know what I'm saying? I got the walk. All right, so you see how he tried to make the premise a very false premise, right? However, I'm about Sharon, you want to say something? Go ahead.
In the back chat, I sent you the video of the guy who was sitting in the trial and actually watched the confrontation video, and he spelled it out last night for people, for everybody who was like, no, he never got touched, no, he wasn't surrounded, no, he wasn't afraid. And remember that whole narrative about, oh, he fell on the knife? There's a reason people were saying that. And after when you see the video, you understand why people said it then. Because a lot of people were saying Mel was being aggressive, right? But get this, the video shows he never got off his butt. He stayed sitting until they grabbed him. And the first time somebody touched him, he told him, if you touch, all of that's in the video. So everybody who was trying to make this about racing and not self-defense, and I told him that I was going to let you see the video, and you would probably enjoy talking to him. So, you know.
Shadow, did you see the video?
Did I see the physical video? No, I didn't. I personally did not. I wasn't in the trial.
Can he send it to you?
No, because it was a video for inside the trial. So one of the reasons why that video is not made public knowledge or publicly accessible is because a bunch of minors are present in it. But it was used as defense. It was used when the prosecution was trying to explain the situation to show the stab. But because his defense lawyer was so shoddy, he didn't explain how that cowboy culture worked. So yeah, if you want me to let him know, I'll let him know that you're up and ready.
Yeah, I don't trust third parties.
Okay, so that was so you saying somebody in the court just explaining what they seen?
No, he was in the court as he watched the video of what happened. Like he flew down to take.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Oh, you just
no. Hold up.
What I say?
Yeah, he heard what
you said. Somebody who was in the court who was explaining what they saw.
Right.
Is that not what you said?
Was in the court. He's seen the video and he's explaining what he saw. Is that what you sent me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you said no the first time, so I'm just making sure.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad.
I ain't fighting with you.
I know you want to smoke.
No infighting. No infighting, Sharon.
Hey, hold on. We're gonna check my response. And we got a couple more people that we're gonna bring into the show. Oh damn, what am I doing? Hold on, let me see. All right, that one. All right, let me see my response. That 10 to 12% should have been people that look like him. Cook them. Truth. Cook them. That one sentence right there. Cook, sell you graham crackers. That's where we had. That's where we had should have been people that look like him. The problem is that that 10 to 12% should have been people that look like him. That's what we had. That's where we had. That's where we had. I don't understand. I didn't interrupt.
Nigga, if you gonna fucking talk, nigga, stop with all the dramatic bullshit.
Now, who's being dramatic? I want to see who. Hey, True, who's being dramatic in this part?
Angry man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you. It's one. But yeah, he's calling me the dramatic one. I've been calm this whole time. How long I've been getting berated for now? 12 minutes straight.
I was trying to interject something. Jeez, dramatic.
Hold on.
Nigga,
hold on. Let's peep the lie. Let's peep the lie. He said he was trying to interject. Let's peep the lie.
You gonna fuck
and I look like him. The racial element is that
he
that
was.
10 to 12%.
He was trying to interject.
People that look like him. That's what we had. That's where we had. That's where we had. I don't understand. I didn't interrupt.
Nigga.
It seemed like, from what I understand, it looked like Cellulite was trying to jump in there. Not Angry Man, or did I get it wrong?
You got it wrong. You heard me?
You heard angry man trying to interrupt, not cellulite.
Yeah, you was having a back and forth. See, you on a panel, Sharon, like you on a fight club.
Hold on. We're gonna watch it together. Hold on. We're gonna watch it. Hold on, Kills. Let's watch this together. Let's see.
I got you,
this
brother.
racial element that did not give this.
He's talking to me, correct? Kills. He's talking to
You're
me,
having
correct?
a back and forth at this moment. At this moment, you're having a back and forth. Let's go.
I need you. Is he talking to me? Yes or no?
This is Fight Club. That's a new Fight Club.
Is he talking? It's okay. Just answer the question, my brother.
Y'all having an exchange. Y'all having an exchange back and forth, brother. That's what I said. Y'all having an exchange back and forth. Yeah. Y'all talking to each other.
Thank you.
At
That's
that
what
moment.
you should have said first. Hold on. What you should have said was all you had to say was
on
yes.
a panel. On a panel.
Yes. Hold on. So now, who should be the first person to respond?
Nah, man. I'm not having this fight now. I'm not having this.
Who should be the first person to respond? If he's talking to
out
me.
of that moment, if y'all, I know how Trey run his panel. Anybody could interject, though. I'm gonna stand on it. Anybody could interject.
God dang.
I'm not asking you who can interject. I'm asking you who should be the first person to respond.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that with you, yo. Move on.
Hold on. You mean to
move on, brother.
Hold on. You not man. Hold on. You mean to tell me
you're too.
Hold on. You saying you're not man enough to explain who should be the first person to respond?
Go ahead, bro.
Wow. Hey, look, that should be crazy, man. I don't really be meaning to cook y'all heroes like this. I don't mean it. I'm sorry.
This young man ate their child.
So the racial elements that 10 to 12% should have been people that look like him. That's what we had. That's where we had. That's where we had. I don't understand. I didn't interrupt.
Nigga, if you gonna fucking talk, nigga, stop with all the dramatic bullshit. I was trying to interject something. Jesus Christ.
But I don't give a fuck about what you're trying to interject.
I don't give a fuck what you give a fuck about, my niggas. Get out your feelings.
I'm not in my feelings. Shut the fuck up while I'm talking.
And talk, nigga.
That's all. So shut the fuck up, nigga.
Nigga, you still saying shut the fuck up when you could be saying what you're saying.
And you could be shutting the fuck up while I'm being prepared to say what
you could be shutting the fuck up so that you can talk about what you're supposed to talk about instead of saying the shit you saying now, which you need to shut the fuck up about, nigga.
But as soon as your graham cracker ass shut the fuck up, I will communicate what I need to say.
Man, you need to leave China because your ass is starting to look light-skinned, nigga, so you can't talk no shit about graham cracker when your ass looking like a graham cracker. Just say what you gotta say, nigga.
Get your own goddamn joke. Don't piggyback off my goddamn joke. And I like the fact that you got some Beijing, even though I'm in China, you got Beijing in your goddamn face.
God damn, Sharon, what you was on drugs? I ain't never seen you swing that motherfucker like that. You was choking them niggas.
He was on that China tea.
Sharon went full bully mode.
That's why they keep mad at me.
I'm so proud right now. God damn.
Sharon, I'm gonna have to talk to you about being a degenerate on panels and trying to hurt people's feelings just because it's funny.
Oh. Yo, Willie, that graham cracker really cooked them. Oh my goodness. But the China and the Beijing, that bothered him because you know he just recently put that goddamn Beijing on. Oh,
it's not Beijing, man. It's indigo. It's indigo or some other shit. How no, yo, that's the bro. It's not Beijing though.
Oh shit! But
Sharon,
I don't really
tell
understand.
On the low.
Huh? What you said, Chocolate Graham?
I said you petty on the low. You petty as a motherfucker. I be shit. Hey yo, let me hold some bread. Shadow. I said a cuss word.
That's right.
I need a loan. I need a loan.
Exactly. Stop cussing. Stop
I paid some bread. I paid a little bit of bread.
Yeah, you broke ass nigga. You need to stop cussing. You ain't got no money. Okay.
Shit, I'm gonna get some bread off of you, Bomb Cherry.
You ain't gonna never get no bread off of me.
Shit, I got some screenshots now. I got some screenshots on you.
All right. So, what is seriously wrong with them that they gotta argue things that just not true? That's the only thing I don't understand. Why they arguing things that are just not true? That's the only thing that really bothers me for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can just be honest about what we're seeing. That's all.
Yeah.
What is that? That ain't what it's called. What is called?
Fuck your church, Sharon. And I don't got no Beijing in my beard with all them chemicals.
I don't understand how you complain about somebody who said they didn't get a fair trial when they admitted before the police officer even asked what happened.
Because they're not ready, Trey. They don't know where I'm from. I'm from the trenches.
You from the trenches, but you left America.
I ain't one of those.
You from the trenches, but you left America.
It's me. Yo, Trey, it's me, bro. I know. I be cooking. I know. It's me, bro.
Get to your point, man.
Now, calm down. So now get back to what Will is saying. With the whole, what I'm saying is that, so it should have been, whatever the percentage is, he should have had that same percentage of his peers. It was lopsided dramatically. And that's why I believe he do have a really good case in the appellate court to use the Batson challenge because he didn't have that percentage, what you just pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
And also some people,
like I'd really be cooking them though. Like seriously. I don't understand. Like they really be thinking that they bringing in some new information that I'm not going to cook them on. In real time, I did that shit. I didn't have to wait or nothing. I didn't have to come back. I cooked them in real time. Peasy ain't going with the 10 ball. Thank you so much. Peasy ain't going, holding me down. Thank you so much, Peasy. We also got Mott and Days with the $4.99. I also cooked up Mott last night too. Bon Cherry, I had to cook mine up last night too.
Oh, not Mott. You had to do Mott too?
Yeah, I had to cook him up. He thought he could get in the ring with me. He thought because he got a little weight on me, he's 6'4". Nah, I don't care. I'm squaring up. I squared up on mine. Sell D-Rod Angry Man is wild. Sell D-Rod Angry Man is crazy. Sell D-Rod Angry Man like a chick. These ninjas love another ninja with status. That is crazy. You think sell you graham crackers would have learned his lesson by, after he was watching that man do his thing with the socks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cellulite Podcast. Imagine being a D-Rider for Predator Beans. Whoa, it's sad. God damn, man, you gotta fight back. That was crazy. That was a crazy swing right there. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good swing. I like that swing. Fight back, baby. Fight back. Look at Sharon Messias. Oh, that one right there. They fighting. They scrapping. Oh, they squabbling here. Oh, shit. That was good. All right, let's get back to it. I'm cooking Sal right now, too. I am cooking him badly. Damn. And then now let's see what he pulled up.
Some people that was still a part of the jury, they were teachers. So again, like they used the idea of the teachers, the way how they excluded those people, but also they still had they used the idea of they were teachers.
Cooking. Look at Angry Man.
So again, like they used the idea of the teachers, the way how they excluded those people, but also they still had teachers on the juries. So again, All I'm saying.
Okay.
That we need to be arguing for to be fair, not to be lopsided. And
okay, well
lopsided.
Let's be fair. Let's be.
My goodness.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
Let's be fair. So let's be fair,
me, bro. I get it.
No, because you're spewing a lot of misinformation. So let's be.
Okay, so now this part is interesting, right? He said I spewed a lot of misinformation. He said I spewing a lot of misinformation. Did y'all hear? Did anybody on the panel yet hear me say any misinformation?
I didn't.
You talking about your man's China beard?
Okay, the China beard. Imago Day, did you hear any misinformation yet?
I would have to go with the ad hominems. Not misinformation, useless information with the background voice.
I was just whooping their ass. That's fine. Fight for your people. I like that. Hey, a random independent. Did I say any misinformation? Because I know AR is going to tell me quick, fast, and hurry. He love to tell me I got misinformation. And I guess he on his white side today. It's Friday, so I guess he's being white.
I'm deciding. Someone's calling me Becky's son yesterday, so I don't know if I'm gonna be Becky's son today.
God damn.
Damn. Who is Becky?
Hold on a second.
Join the bright side. Join the bright side, AR.
So I guess AR doesn't hear no misinformation neither, right? So he's saying I'm saying misinformation. Let's see what misinformation he said.
Fair. According to the police report, during this time, the suspect said verbally out loud, "I was protecting myself." It should be noted I had not questioned him about the incident when he made that comment. I asked him if he had any weapons, and he said no. I patted him down for weapons while we were walking along the fence, and I did not locate any on this person. I instructed the male to continue off the track. While walking him off the track, the suspect also said he put his hands on me. I then detained the suspect in handcuffed behind his back, and had him sit on the ground. Officer Bracey arrived on the scene. I conducted another pat down on his person and then searched this person after he gave consent. You know what? Somebody has an airwave of something. I conducted while the suspect's on the ground, I advised that I had the suspect. The suspect then responds, "I'm not alleged, I did it." So you have multiple instances of stuttering. You have multiple instances where he himself have admitted to stabbing Austin Metcalf. You always want to complain about a fair trial, but this young man was speaking to police without the presence of his parent and without the presence of his attorney. But that's something that he admitted to. So where's the unfairness?
Where is
he's gonna start talking.
I don't understand. Hold on. I don't understand what misinformation I gave. That's number one. You didn't point out no misinformation that I gave just now at all. You started a whole new talking point. So I don't know what misinformation. So you was wrong on that point already with your premise. That's number one. Number two, nobody said that he did not stab the young man. So the misrepresentation is what you brought into the conversation, that the percentage of people that live in his county was not a part of the jury. So you said it is the people that live in his county. The percentage of black folks that was a part of the jury does not represent that county. Idea that they got those people up out of there because they teachers and then they still had teachers there, that is a problem.
Oh, okay, cool. So one, I would like for.
So yeah, I don't know where they be. I don't know. I be just be cooking people up, and it's just okay for me to cook up. Hold on, let me bring somebody into the show. This is my first time seeing them. Let me welcome into Mel. Mel watching. Good day, sir. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's my first time seeing you, my brother. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I spoke with Shadow last night. He came on my show. I was in the courtroom every day, and he thought you and I or someone here should make a connection because there's a lot of misinformation, but I sat there myself. I heard everything, so there's nobody sitting in front of me. You know, the guy from Court TV, the black guy, claimed he was in the courtroom. He never stepped foot in the courtroom. But they have him out there saying, well, I saw and I heard this, to just lead black people astray. So if you want to know something, I'm around. You could get my information. But he just told me he sent me the link and told me to pull in. I'm about to go live in an hour. So I figured I'd come in and see I don't even know the name of the channel. I'm sorry.
Salute to you. Thank you.
But just so you know,
Wake Up Show. Thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time today. That is awesome. So you was actually inside.
Can I say this?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I covered Trump's trial. I was in Diddy's trial every day. I know his family. I take notes all day long. So when I went to Carmelo, before people start capping saying you don't know what you're talking about, these are the notes. This is the jury construct. So I document how the jury looked in Carmelo's case. You have 5 whites, women, 5 white men. You have 3 Middle Eastern women, 1 Middle Eastern man. So I know what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. I cover Luigi Mangione just to let you know this is what I do. I go to cases, I go to crime scenes, and I document, tell you guys what happened. Watching the world.
Shout out to Uda on Go. He said you was there with him at the Diddy trial.
Oh, Uda's in the building. Shadow, what's up? All my homies around. What's up, fellas?
So, you being there, did you actually see any video evidence of what happened?
Did I see your something went out? Say that. Did I see what?
Was you able to see the video of all the cell phones that they collected? Was you able to see any of that kind of information?
No, there was no cell phone video. It was only the video from the arena. I saw all the video. I saw all the video that was in court.
Okay, and so the video that was from the arena, does it show Carmelo Anthony being an aggressor?
Hell no. He was attacked.
Wow. And this is from your eyes.
Absolutely. I have no skin in this game, brother, and black people, we're in trouble. So let's be honest about it. I'm not going to take you. Uda can speak for me. Uda was out there with me for Diddy. I never said some weird shit. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have cursed. I'm pretty. Uda and I, we roll together heavy. I'm pretty down the line. He'll tell you. He's a straight up guy.
Wow.
So he
did. Sure, Bob. You can ask a question.
Yeah. No, I just because I don't know much. So, was there any videos played in the courtroom that isn't accessible to those of us who wasn't there?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Like, were there any videos played in the court? Oh, go ahead, Sharon. You can.
She want to know, is any of that video accessible to people that are not there, that wasn't there?
No. And they didn't allow some strange guy to walk in there and say, hey, Joey, look at the video. No, it's none of that. And I doubt if they're going to release a lot of information because they tried to keep this tight because this is a serious issue.
Damn.
Let me give it to you real quick because I have to go live. I have people counting on me. Queen 88 is going to come on my show in a few minutes, and I have to. She has
salute
a whole
to that. So let me also shout out. Let me give you all the moderators, please find his channel and drop his channel in the link. We support each other over here, even though we go not live at the same time. There's more than enough room for everybody to get their views and love and all that type of support. So if you can, please find his link and drop it so we can get more information out. Go ahead, Mel.
Okay, so
I'm about to drop it.
Okay, so what the hell? Before I get started, I just want to say, right, we got a big issue because I'm swinging with the big leagues. But last night in Philly, they had a white boy coming home from college. He was shot point blank. They stole his iPhone. They're going to spin this narrative. This is going to be a new narrative from Carmelo, so look it up. Anyway, let me tell you what happened in court, only because I'm sorry to take control like that. I'm just going to give you the facts. I was sitting right behind Carmelo. He's sitting there fidgeting and shaking all day. It came out in court that he had epilepsy. They didn't talk about the shoulder injury, although many say he had a shoulder injury over the last year. He's 5'7", 130 pounds. Austin is 225, according to the video, right? The video that his mother came out says, oh, he's a big boy. He's 225. In that video, his brother Hunter says Austin grabbed his backpack. Bro, that was not in court. Not one of these witnesses came in there and said that boy took his backpack. Why do you think that's the case for all the people, especially the racists that are coming on my channel saying, oh, they weren't lying? Okay, well, let me explain. I'm going to break it down. It starts off. It's almost like being at the Knicks game. I'm a New Yorker. You're sitting across in the Coliseum. You know how you can see the gates on the other side and you see the incline of the benches. Carmelo, they established that. I'm sorry, I'm talking fast, but I got to get this out. They show you right from the beginning. Carmelo has on. They bring on the first witness as a video expert. He shows you he has on a gray hoodie. It's raining. You can see it in the video. The video from across the stadium is the west side video, and then you have the east side video. You see Carmelo walking to the gate. He looks around. He goes back out. It's very important that you guys get this. The prosecution said two important things. They said, you know what, the videos don't link up with the time. So that's very important because when the officer with his body cam came into the courtroom, I pointed to the two ladies sitting beside me. I said, peep game. This happens on April the 2nd, 2025. The video says February the 10th, 2016. So why is his body cam? I'm not saying it was that date. I'm just saying they're not on top of their game. Okay, so Carmelo walks inside. Also, the prosecution says you're going to notice that the witnesses' stories do not match. We went to Diddy case, Trump case, Luigi Mangione. Prosecution never warned you that their witnesses don't match, okay? All right, the defense is asleep at the wheel, but I give Toby a shook. He's kind of like my friend Brian Steele. He's really sharp to a certain extent, but for this case, he kind of fell off. So anyway, Carmelo goes over to the tent. Simultaneously, you see the twins and about two or three other boys. They're walking. They said from some sort of concession stand. They come into the arena. They walk through the arena. They walk us through, and they go to the tent. Okay? I'm going to compile a bunch of these witnesses because this is all I do. I think about this because I really want to drive this home because we have to learn from this or we're going to become maggot food at some point, all right? Because these guys are not playing games with us, and we have to educate our kids. Number one, you can't bring a knife into an event like this. That's the bottom line. They showed us, right? Even though in the opening arguments, Mike, the defense attorney, says, listen, in the state of Texas, you can have a knife up to 5.5 inches. It's not illegal or unlawful. In this case, the knife blade they showed us, in accordance to the ruler, is 3.5 inches. Okay. Wow. Even though Fox News is saying it's 5 inches, I was in court. Okay, I'm giving you the real deal. Okay, so he comes into the tent. Now, the common denominator in this whole case is a guy named Eddie. Now, before I came to the trial, it's very important that I put this out there. One of the things that came out about this trial is that it's all white juror. Okay, I already showed you had 8 foreigners, and then you had a mixture of 5 white women, 5 white men, no blacks. Okay, but you can't spin the narrative that it's an all white jury. When you see Roland Martin and these people pushing that narrative, it's still unhealthy because we're not being accurate. That's why Uda and I, we go to court, we sit in there. It's not easy. Ask Uda. Anyway, the other narrative is that I heard a year ago that they're at a school and he goes under the other team's tent because it's raining and they're like, get out of here. When I get there, I learned it's not a big deal because the track meet is under the jurisdiction of the school, but still it's not a high school. So we need to be accurate for that. There's signs up to say you can't have drugs, weapons, alcohol. So that's very important to know. The first coach that came in said that the parents, and also he said the kids signed a document saying, listen, we know we can't have a weapon. One of the kids testified that they did go through a metal detector. He was the only one that mentioned it in passing. And I'm like, well, how did Carmelo get a knife through the metal detector? Anyway, so this guy, Eddie, here's the dominant factor in this case. Eddie was the one that they kept saying that was Carmelo Anthony's associate. And so all of the kids, they all painted this narrative that he came in and gave Eddie a fist bump and sat down right beside him. Now, this is the key to know. Anybody here familiar with law? If you ever have a civil case or a criminal case, right before you go to trial, the prosecutors or the defense are going to pull you in, show you all the artifacts, videos, and in this case, all of the witnesses were recorded when this event happened for their testimony. So when the defense asked the witnesses, it was maybe like 12 or 13 of them. Basically, I'm talking about the young kids. Did you know you were recorded? Yeah. When was the last time you saw the video? A week ago, 2 weeks ago. So it's important that they're pulling these kids in and they're making sure that their stories are on point, because every kid, like a cookie cutter, they asked the kid back to back, and he did it like a Ken style. I'm talking about the lawyer. His last name starts with the W. Okay, he says, "Was Austin the aggressor? No. Was Carmelo the aggressor? Yes." So everything was so cookie cutter, and all those kids, they answered the same. So let's get to the tent, because this is the key part. We see on the video with the first witness, you see under the tent, you see Austin go really fast to the right, and then he comes back to the left. The guy that's essential for this case, by the name of Eddie, he testified that Austin went at Carmelo so fast he knocked Eddie out the way. But all these kids back to back came in and said, "Oh, he just nicely pushed him on the shoulder." They all have this story to tell. Okay, so check this out. This is where Eddie is essential. Eddie, first of all, Eddie came in and made it seem like, it's kind of like I say with Uda. Yeah, I know Uda. We whatever. All right. He tried to make it like there's a distance, right? So what the defense did, they said, well, is it true that back in 2023 that Carmelo used to date your cousin? Her name starts with the V. He says, yeah. And you guys were at each other's house all the time. And then he pulls up, he put him on the Summer Jam screen. Boom. First off, he's showing that Carmelo's with Austin. He's with Eddie. He's with Eddie's grandmother. He's with the parents. Then, you know how young girls, they take the pictures and they have their tongues hanging out. They do the giddy pictures. They put that on the screen, and the whole courtroom is pretty much laughing because Carmelo and Eddie are together like they're having the time of their lives. Then he says, Is it true? Is it true that you guys are playing video games? And also, Carmelo was in the background playing the guitar. Eddie says, no, I don't remember that. He put him on the screen, and here you see them in a really small bedroom, and you see Eddie playing the video game. You see Carmelo in the background playing the guitar. So now everybody, I see the guy sitting behind Austin's mother. He literally swallows his tongue when he see where this is going, right? I see him. He's pretty choking on his spit because they know that the cat is out the bag. But anyway, this goes on and on so much that Worski, the attorney for the prosecution, he's like, okay, enough of this. And the judge, who I felt like was very domineering, listen, ask Uda in Diddy's trial, Luigi Mangione trial, in 30 minutes, your attorney is going to stand up, object, because it's not even about this case. They're objecting because they know they need those objections if they're going to appeal it. Right? That's a whole different level, okay? All right. So, at any rate, Eddie is established as not being credible. Then this is where it really hits hard. He asked Eddie how the story how it unfolds. Eddie says that Carmelo called Austin a bitch. No, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yeah, Carmelo called Austin a bitch, then Austin called him a bitch back. Toby Shook, the defense attorney, he said to him, well, right at the time of the event, you gave a different testimony. And he says, did anybody say something about bitch ass? And Eddie says, no, just bitch. He pulls up the statement, showed it to him, and then he says, this is how it went down. This is what Eddie said the day it happened. He says that Austin told Carmelo, we're going to get your bitch ass up out of here. and Carmelo says, "Move my bitch ass out." Okay, so now the attorney is like, "Wait a minute, your story is reversed. You're trying to make Carmelo look like the aggressor when it's the other way around, right?" This is a fact. Pull up the transcripts. I would challenge anybody. My word is my peep game. I'm giving you the deal. So you got to mix all this together, and then I'm going to be out of here. So now we know that Austin is upset and aggressive. Okay, and other guys came in and said that Hunter, a guy named Tion, said that Hunter and them started on. So he put Hunter as the leader. Some of them said Hunter kicked this whole thing off, but the media is trying to suppress it. So here's what happened. According to what Eddie is saying, there was a really sharp black guy. He just went to college in North Carolina. His father actually sat beside me because as the witnesses who were young came in, their parents would come in one by one to see what their child is saying. He says, and this is fact, I'll stand on it all day long. Okay, I'll put money behind it. He said that Austin. He said that Austin. Eddie says, no, the guy named, I think his name is it's Ryan, I guess. He says that Austin goes toward Carmelo and he does a linebacker press, grabs him like this. Now, check this out. All the witnesses said Carmelo never stood up. You got to envision this because it's very important. He grabs him like this. All this. Now, I told you the video. We saw it all in seconds, right? He grabs him like this to move him up. After he said, "I'm gonna move your bitch ass up out of here." Before he does that, you have to get this in mind. Carmelo had his backpack on his shoulder. He moved it around and he put his hand in it. When he did that, it was testimony. He did that after they started on him. Okay. So one of the guys says that he told Austin, "Don't go over there to him. I think he really has something," because Carmelo said, basically F around and find out. He didn't use those words, but you get what I'm saying, right? Okay, he's telling them, come and find out. Austin says to him, "I don't think he has anything in that bag. This is Frisco." Okay? His friend warned him not to do it. "Don't do it, Austin." Austin goes over there to do his football move. Carmelo remains seated on bleacher, low benches. He's 5'7", a scrawny little guy. He gets so close enough to him to grab him with two hands in his hooded area to pull him up. Simultaneously, Carmelo is reaching in his bag and turning his knife up. He never stood up to poke this boy in his heart. The reason why it struck his bones is because Austin is moving. We saw it in the video. Your own force can outdo you. So don't tell me nothing about anything I said in court myself. And I guarantee you, Uda says he's going to try to get the transcripts. What I'm saying is going to be justified. I'm just giving you game before you see it. But this is what came out of court. Nobody wants to touch on the fact that here's the two things of my message, right? Is number one, you got to tell your kids you can't bring a knife into a school environment. Number two, tell your kids to keep their hands to themselves. In the background, I'll give you a little bit of inside information. I'm not going to get into it. If you notice, Hunter didn't take the stand, neither did Carmelo. I'm not saying this happened, but in this day and time, you have the white boys online calling people monkeys. They're never going to let you take the stand. All right. You got to read into this what you read. Carmelo, we got our young black sons. They want to be cool. What do they call them? YNs. They're taking pictures with guns. They saying stuff online. They want to be gangster. So sometimes in these cases, both sides, certain information can't come into it. That's all I can say about it. I'm not saying it happened in this case, but okay. All right. So that's it.
I have one question.
Yeah.
When they mention the knife, because I hear people say the knife, is it the tooling type of knife that men in the South always have, boys, men? Was it that type of knife, like the folded knife?
No. I have one, right? Because I'm a fisherman. It's the kind they call it. It's called a thumb something knife, where you just tilt it over and then you pull the blade out. In the opening arguments, the prosecutor said he had this knife open all the time. It's everybody. the defense says it's a multi-purpose tool. Prosecutor said it's a knife. Believe you me, if somebody put it to you, it's a knife every day of the week. And if you try to argue that against somebody, they're gonna say you're out of your mind. All right.
Well, that is a difference, though. I mean, you can say what you want, but I'm from the South, and all the men and boys have a knife, right? So that's what I'm asking. Is it that type of knife?
It's a multi-purpose tool with a knife on it. Yeah.
That's what it was, right?
Okay.
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 So yes, so
And
he's saying
that's
it's a
why
multi.
he was allowed. That's why he was allowed when they said that they went through. They do let you in with that type of knife because they know
No. See, that's where we go left. We got to be honest, because then we're gonna mislead people, and people are gonna say you guys.
Okay.
So it was a
So is it so? When you say it's a multi-purpose tool, is it the ones with like a bottle opener, a corkscrew?
It only had maybe 6 different features. Right?
So it is
It's dominantly a knife. You can't have it. It's prohibited. It's a weapon every day of the week. If you're taking it to
But
the
that's
airport,
not true. What you're saying, it's not
It's
a
okay.
weapon.
It's okay, Bob. It's okay. We just because I know he got to
I
do
thought
it.
he
So
said he was
we
going to
just
deal
gotta
in facts and only facts, though. But he's not dealing in facts if he's saying that it had 6 other things on it. So that means it's not predominantly a knife because the men use that for all types of things.
hold on. Let me explain. Let me explain real quick. All right. Let me make this clear. All right. It's a multi-purpose tool. I own one. Right. I could probably go pull it out of my cargo van. Right.
I
The
can
dominant,
right now.
ma'am, you got to let me go. All right.
Okay,
It has 6 features. You can use it as a corkscrew, whatever it is. The dominant feature of it is the knife, and the knife is 3.5 inches. It's pretty wide, and it's very terrifying if someone was bringing it to you to stab you. Okay, so
that's not true.
if a knife is not terrifying.
Not a 3-inch knife that you just said is 3 inches with other things on it that are just as long.
So let's move on
hold
from
on.
that. Let's move on from it.
All right, so it's definitely just so we could be clear. So this way, I don't want to keep arguing over the knife. It is the Swiss Army style type of multi-tool.
Yes.
Okay. So just so we clear, and then we can have our own disagreements on if it's dangerous or not. I don't think most people look at a Swiss Army knife as dangerous, but it did do the damage. So it can be dangerous clearly because it took a man's life.
Can we do this real quick? Pull up a Swiss Army knife and pull up go to Home Depot or whatever. Put in Home Depot multi-purpose tools. Can we pull it up real quick? You're gonna see the big difference in what I'm talking about. Can you pull it up? Or you able to pull up real quick?
I'm gonna turn on my camera and I can show you 50. I could put 50 of them right now. Hold up. You do that though, and I'll switch up some things.
Am I back? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, Sharon. So I ran Allstate. Hey, Sharon, can you hear me, man? I ran Allstate track, and we used to bring pocket knives, Swiss Army knives to the track meets to help with our spikes. It's to replace our spikes. It's to cut the fiber tape that you use for shin splints. I mean, a knife on track meets is a common tool.
Exactly.
Hello. I've been waiting on you.
All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I don't want to miss the opportunity that Mel is gracing us with because he got a lot of information, whether we agree with it or not. But I want to make sure we get a good amount of information. We could discuss it later. And okay, so far we have it that Carmella's not the aggressive. Austin did a whole lot of posturing. It is a multi-purpose Swiss Army knife. It seems like Metcalf, his own force, his own weight, and his force of bringing Carmella to him is what actually got him stabbed so deeply into his chest.
Yes. Let me show you on the screen. You got a second? Can I put it up?
Yes.
All right, here we go. I'll show you something very similar. Then this is 3.5 inches, and then you can just process it the way you want to. I shared it with you. Okay, there you go. So that's it has the different features. It's a multi-purpose, but that blade is that blade. So you want to.
And that's the knife he had?
Very close to it. In fact, that's what the mainstream media is showing. It's right on the point. It's a 3.5 inch blade. I would say the blade looked a little wider, the one that was in court. Somebody approach you with that, you're gonna have a serious problem.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That
right.
that weapon right, that look like a real.
It's not a little. It's not a little knife like what they're really giving Jasmine Crockett a hard time about. You can get a little small knife if you want to clean your nails out. It's not that. This is 3.5 inches. What I just showed you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fair. So if it's similar,
no, but that's
if
not
it's similar
fair.
to that, hold on. I don't want to harp in on that. But if it is similar to that, I can understand why you could say it is a real knife. All right, so I don't want to just harp in on our disagreement on.
Can I just say this? The one in court, the blade was a little wider than what I just showed you. So this way, the blade is wider. Okay. And I hope I helped out a little bit, but I got to bounce. It's what it is. Thanks for having me on your show. I'm just when you go back and you get the facts, and you see this knife someday that they're going to show you the picture, you're going to say that guy was right on the money. All right. So whatever that means to you, it is what it is. All right.
All right, Mel. Let's do this.
Thanks.
Let's do this again. Let's try to do this more often. Salute to you, Mel. My name of my show is the Wildest Wake Up Show. My name is Sharon. That's Bomb Cherry that you had a disagreement with. She means well at all times, but she don't play about exact words. We also focus very heavy on what is being said and what words is being used on the show. So just so you know, and we don't sugarcoat nothing. As you can see, we like to be very precise with our words. That's all.
And I tell you this right here, when you see the knife in the photos, you're going to see how precise what I said is. Okay.
No, we not.
No problem.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Bob, we're going to.
Wait, because man, listen.
It's okay, Mom. It's okay.
No, I know, but wait a
it's
minute.
all right. I don't want to hop in on until we get the information, because if we find out it's a different knife, and then we can have the argument. We're just gonna go by because he was actually there. So I just wanted to get as much information out as possible.
Right. No, I get that, right? But he said he's dealing in facts, and then he started talking about a knife that's 3 inches. And then he's making it seem like, and he said it's a weapon all day, every day. And he also said that if somebody walk up to you with a 3-inch knife, it'll be a dangerous thing. I could pull out 50 fucking knives right now. In fact, I threw like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them on my desk right now. I could go to a drawer with over 100 of these knives in. And I'm going to show y'all what the 3-inch knife looks like. So first of all, 3 inches. Sharon, what is 3 inches?
That's what most of these men have, and that's why they're so upset.
God, you ain't shit. I knew you were gonna say that.
Here's a finger. Here's a finger. Here's 3 inches. Here's the blade.
That's right. This ain't nothing, y'all. Now I'm not saying
Hold on, Bob. But that's what all he was trying to point out is that if you pull that out. If Nighters pull out that knife, people's going to take that as a real threat. That's all. I think those are real threatful weapons. I would agree with that.
You think that this little thing is a listen? That's why he was able, but it's not.
Bomb. To me personally, that knife that you got and the one that knife is showing, and the one that if it's similar to the one that he pulled up in the picture. Absolutely, that blade is dangerous.
This is not legal advice, but if I'm on the jury and someone came up with you and you carry a gun and someone comes upon you with a knife like that and you shoot them before they can stab you're not guilty in my eyes at all. Like that is clear-cut self-defense. Like yes, that is a real knife. Like just because it's not a steak knife. What other knives do you guys?
A real knife. Nobody said it wasn't a real knife.
But his point. But that was his point. That's why he ended it with it's not like a nail filer or whatever, right? He was saying like Sharon said. He's saying like it's a legitimate. If you see that and someone pulls out, you're gonna think they're like that's gonna do damage to you if they stab you with it. Like you're not gonna if someone pulls out a nail filer or something, you're like, all right, what are you gonna do with that? But if they pull out a 3.5-inch blade, it's completely different.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sharon, that karambit I always carry with me is only 3. It's either 3.5 or 3.75 inches. That one you always see me with, same knife.
Yeah, so like if Shadow pull that out, I'm absolutely believing that is a danger to my life. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
So I could understand why anybody could say that it is a legit weapon. So it's no argument there. It's just that the other stuff that he said, the other things that he said, it shows that Carmelo was not the aggressor, that he didn't even mean to stab the man like that. He actually pulled the man into him and he kind of stabbed himself from
You
what
didn't even get to answer that because y'all was talking about the
from
knife
what
for
he
so
just
long.
explained to us. What you said, Aeon?
Y'all didn't even get to answer. That was the last thing I heard you ask was about the situation with people saying that Austin like fell into it or pushed whatever the situation was, and I feel like he went back to the knife thing.
He said Carmelo went into his bag and Austin pulled him in.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't hear.
Yes, we heard.
Oh yeah, you probably. Yeah, that's what he said. He said he pulled him into him, so that's how come he was able to thrust it so deeply in because Austin's only 130, he 225. He's a powerful person. Pulled his little ass up and kind of stabbed himself. Is what he said he witnessed on the video. I don't know if we would ever get to see the video because I think the reason why they hold in the video is because all the people, majority of the people in there were minors. So we will have to wait till somebody leaks it. So he said once the transcript comes out, we'll see that everything that he's saying is truthful. So we have to wait for that as well. He just given the information that he got from him being there at the court. And I think he gave a lot of valuable information, and especially since he was able to see how it unfolded. Hopefully we could get to see it so we can see if it's exactly how he said it. That's the only difference, right? Because already Bomb is having a discrepancy with the blade versus the knife, right? So it could be.
No. But we might
see it. I'm saying we might see it different than what he's seen. Like because just because he's seen it doesn't mean we'll see it the same way too. So
no,
it's going to be interesting.
But I don't think y'all understand what I'm disagreeing with because he said something, right? He said that they went through a metal detector. Remember? Didn't he say that? And
he said they had a metal detector, yes.
Yes, and then he said, I don't know how he got through with the knife. And so what I am saying is that he got through with the knife because they don't consider these things knives to that weight. We could go into houses with these. I've even gone through the airport with these on my belt. And so that's what my point was. And 3 inches, by the way, ladies, anything could be a weapon. Even that nail file could be a weapon if it hits a certain way and hard enough, right? But I was just saying that he was saying, well, how did he get in there if they went through a metal detector? Because they saw it and they let him through.
Hey, Bon, so when you go into the courthouse, though?
Hold on, I don't want to argue the exact technicality of a knife.
No, I wasn't about to. I was gonna say she's right.
What's more important is who's going to be the aggressor, who was starting the fight, and all those things. Did the young man actually do self-defense? So even whatever the case is, I understand in reality we should tell our children to keep their hands to themselves and not walk around with knives because something dangerous can happen. However, I'm more concerned about the young man, the way how he just described it. It sounds like he should have won the self-defense case 100%. Martin Dage with the 499. That wasn't a good swing. Lame ass reach. But he really a groupie. Getting passed around by these big creators. I don't gotta lie to make a point. God damn. He on sell ass. No pun intended. Aaron Tulukas with the $2. Gotta stop nitpicking so he can finish. We did. We didn't nitpick that much. But I see a couple of people. I see Amago. Got Bob.
Oh, okay. I was about to say by the time I asked the question, he had already said he gotta go. And I said, wait a minute, I got one question. So I don't know why people acting like we stopped him from talking in order to ask him the question. He say, okay, I gotta go now. And I said, wait a minute, I got one more question. And then
he spoke uninterrupted. He spoke uninterrupted. You didn't do it.
Right, real quick. Hey, Bon. Wait, Sharon, do you mind? If I say, in Texas, Yeah, that knife that he has, you can buy it at any gas station around, like anyone. You can go pick it up. But when you go into the courtroom, what you have to do is you actually have to go through the metal detector, put it on the front desk, and leave your ID with it, and they'll give it back to you when you leave. They don't arrest you for walking into the courtroom with it. That's here specifically in the county that we're in.
Right.
And also, I want to say, now I see why Bomb said it. Like, hey, he came in and said that he don't have that much time because he started his own show. He got his own thing going on. So for anybody think that he got rushed off or we picked him off the panel, that's just a lie. He has his own show to do. We even dropped his link in the chat. So this way he could get maybe a positive. So we need to stop running bullshit ass narratives for no reason. Stop lying for no reason. Please. That shit is annoying.
Uda will let us know, you know.
I just want to agree with.
So maybe he'll bring him back another time and let us know how he
liked
the show.
No, that'd be great. I think Sharon and him get together and make some content. Yeah. So, Josh, you're right. And so my point was, right, that you pull up with the knife, they don't look at you automatically like, ooh, you got a weapon, right? They will hold it for you until you come back out in your state. In a lot of states, though, in some states, should I say, I don't know how many states, right? The men are able to go in that courthouse with that knife on their belt. Because it's not considered a weapon. They don't consider it a weapon. It's
I would still consider it a weapon, but I understand what you mean by they don't actually they don't look at it as a dangerous type of weapon. Like it can be used as a weapon, is what you're saying, but ain't nobody really in the South looking at it as an actual weapon for real because they have real weapons on their hip. So I get what you're saying at the same time, Bob, because I'm from the North. So I look at every knife like, shit, you looking real Spanish to me, goddammit.
Right, but the men carrying the knife, they're not carrying the knife for protection. It actually is a tool. Like they open boxes. Yeah. My sons always have them. They always opening boxes and things like that. These what these knives are for. I can show you. My husband got pictures of them. He shares them. He talks about the type of steel. He got some in here that's worth hundreds of dollars. And up to the lowest one that might cost you like back in the day $5.
It's irrelevant because if I'm let's say I'm shoveling snow and someone comes up to me and starts talking shit and I decide to beat them over the head with a shovel and I keep on beating them until they're gone, that is a weapon. Just because it's not typically a weapon or it's used not the way it doesn't mean I used it as a weapon, therefore it is a weapon.
Okay, but that's not what that man said. He didn't say.
That's why I didn't want to. That's why I didn't want to argue too much about the knife because I think it takes away from the point of what our argument's always been that Carmelo is the one that is in defense and he's not on offense. So that's why I really don't want to argue about the knife. And if we was to just give them that, hey, all right, so yeah, we could charge them for a weapon. So charge them for a weapon, not 35 effing years.
Exactly. But didn't the guy said that one of the lawyers, I think Carmelo's lawyer, said, hey, this is just a tool that's used every day. The other lawyer tried to say that it's a weapon, right? So I guess it's how you look at it.
Said, objection.
Right. But the truth is these knives aren't sold as a weapon. A kid can go in a store. Well, I think you got to be 18. I don't think, not a 5-year-old can't go buy it.
Whatever the age is, he was the age to buy it. If it's 16 and 16, if it's 17, whatever age Carmelo is able to buy that type of tool, he was able to buy that type of tool.
Yeah, my son's been walking around with them type of tools since they were like 12.
Right. As a construction worker, I walk around with a lot of tools that definitely can be used as a weapon on my belt, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like we walk around with hammers on our goddamn, like literal hammers going into the grocery store sometimes, right? So screwdrivers. So, like we walk around with a lot of tools that is definitely more deadly than some knives, to be honest. Cool, some of those goddamn Milwaukee knives is just as sharp as a goddamn knife. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Let me welcome into the show the beautiful MJ, because I see she over there struggling to keep her connection. People keep calling her. Let me try to get her in real quick. Welcome to the show, the beautiful conversation with MJ. Maybe she's still struggling. Yeah, she's working on her microphone. I seen Truth, you was having a lot of disagreements with what the man was saying. Why are you having a disagreement with what the man witnessed inside the courtroom?
Because it's not matching up to what we followed on the transcripts.
So you saying the person that was, what you mean that? So he was there and he's just giving a synopsis of what he's seen and what he heard in the court.
Right. And I'm glad you are worded like that. He gave his synopsis. You know, his perception is his reality, which would be his truth.
Can you just give an example of what he said that does not match up with the transcript?
Who is that? Oh, I recognize that.
So the transcripts aren't even out yet. So I mean, what transcripts are you going to
I just want him to give the example.
I'll speak a little bit later. Bracey.
Are you pulling it up? All right. Why he get what he disagrees with? Because I'm very interested to see what. Go ahead, Kulu. Truth, you having some background noise going on with your microphone. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but you usually don't have background noise. Go ahead, Kulu.
Yeah, so the official court transcripts from the case aren't even released yet. So he's just getting another person that was there's notes the same way that we just got his notes. So that's that. But what Mel said made a lot of sense. And it is similar to what I heard from Nika Knight and other content creators that were there. My whole thing is I think that he should have been found not guilty. It was self-defense in my opinion, and I think that the jurors' race played a way more important factor than what people are giving credit for. And the reason why I say that is because the same people that are saying these jurors' race didn't have a thing for it are the same people that will say that Donald Trump is not guilty in a civil lawsuit because those jurors are liberal, and it's from New York, right? So if a political ideology can cause jurors to be biased, why not a racial, like a racial thing, be biased towards these juries, So, and as an ex-all-state track athlete who went to college for track, we use knives all the time for spikes, for the little tape that you use for shin splints, because it's not like a regular duct tape, it's fiber tape. So you just can't bite it or pinch it off. So we use scissors, knives, all types of stuff at the track meet. So that's a common thing.
You're muted, Sharon.
What people talking about is a T person on the panel? I don't know. But I think, that is something that we got to put in consideration as well. And that's what Bomb Cherry is saying, right? That's why she's saying she don't like the idea that they calling it a weapon. It's a tool that is commonly used in that area and at a track meet. And that's why Bomb do not like the idea of calling it a weapon. Because once you call it a weapon, especially in a court of law, that defense lawyer should be like, objection.
Right. And that's the only reason I'm going against it, y'all, because the guy, remember what he said? He said, hey, we need to tell our kids not to do this, not to have weapons. Yeah. And he called it a weapon. But little boys down south have them. Even up here, but my husband, he's a man's man. So he gave my kids those type of knives since they were like 12. My grandson already got one already. He got a flashlight and a knife. He's 7.
Yeah, and I do think it's interesting. I'm surprised that Truth is not willing to accept new information. I think that's crazy to me.
You're surprised,
if new information.
Really? You're just being nice.
I'm surprised. What you mean?
Okay, yeah.
You're not surprised?
The only thing I'm surprised is the only thing that surprised me around this whole situation is how there's certain people willing to celebrate it. That's the only thing that surprised me because I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought people would stick to their guns. You know, people would be like, "Nah, I still feel like it's this. I still feel like it's that." The only thing that surprised me is the vitriol and the emotional, like the happiness that they get to celebrate that they were right, that it's a M, and that he got 35 years. Like it's weird. That's the only thing that surprised me.
They sick. They gonna get what they deserve. But let's go back to this 3 inches right quick because I can't let that go. I just measured my pinky finger.
I don't know why you can't let that go. It's a simple, it's okay.
Because 3 inches, my pinky is a little over 3 inches, and so that's all. I don't know why the 3 when he said 3 inches, and he said that they
3.5. Don't forget the half.
Oh, 3.5.
Half do matter.
My pinky not going 3.5, but close 3 1/4.
Hey, you better give me every inch I can get.
Every centimeter.
every millimeter. We need everything. Yeah, because somebody up here said no. If they pull out a gun that's 3 inches long, that you'll be scared. And nobody up here gonna be scared at no 3 inch.
3.5 inch. No,
the 100% you will. Everybody up here, if someone is coming at you with a 3.5 inch blade, is going to be scared.
Yeah, it's definitely out.
I can tell you right now, if someone came at me with a 3.5 inch blade and I'm shooting them. I'm not about to sit here and try to wrestle with someone with a 3.5 inch blade. And I bet that I get off on that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Let me also welcome into the show. While Bomb can't let go of 3.5, I'm so happy that we have a woman admitting that she cannot let go of 3.5 inches. That is very awesome to hear. Welcome to the show, Eda Bear Williams.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I think we got some decent information just now.
I didn't catch it all. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. But I think it's easy to villainize the young boy though. It's easy to easy to say that the young black boy is wrong. You just get I'm still thinking about, man, doesn't matter if some of these black guys was on the jury. Do it really matter if it was 3 or 4 black people here? The reason I asked that question.
Well, Eda, man, according to the Rick Chow case, no, it doesn't matter because they had 5 people in the jury, and Rick Chow had a black lawyer. So you might be 100% correct, Eda, man.
Yeah, I just think that as people, Sharon, we need to start seeing how we see our own people. Like I'm not outraged with white people thinking the way they act. White people act, but looking at and listening to how we see our own people, how we say so much injustice, and I've seen people literally said this man was guilty, but he was guilty. He had to prove his innocence. If you really listen to the words that have been coming out of people's mouth, he was not innocent and proven guilty. It's just a lot of black folks that bought into the system. And it's so sad. And they think the system is right. It's like, well, since he got convicted, that means he must have did it. You sound retarded. You sound retarded.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And I want to know, Ayo, with the information that he just gave, would you still consider it manslaughter? And if so, how much time would you give this version of the information that we got now? If it comes out to be true.
No, look. I didn't really hear too much.
Okay, you didn't really pay attention too much?
No, I heard him.
Okay.
I just, it would still sound like
I just want to know if it changed anything for you.
Even if, when you guys said that about the book, about stabbing himself thing, that he, leaned, or he picked him up and whatever the situation was. To me, I would still view that as manslaughter. It would just change the sentencing, right? In my eyes. So,
what sentencing would that change for you?
Oh, I'd probably closer to minimum. So I think manslaughter was 2 to 20 or 2 to 22 or something like that. So in my eyes, I'd probably be 2 years or something.
5 years. 5 years.
I thought he was going to get 5 years for doing without the whole picking him up and it came into him and pause and all that stuff.
Got you.
So I thought it was manslaughter 5 to 10. That's in my eyes based off the little bit.
You've never seen it as a manslaughter 20 years in the first place.
Yeah, no. I didn't feel like it was. I didn't feel like he had intent. Like I don't feel like he went to the tent to go in.
No, the reason why I'm asking because you know a lot of people when they say manslaughter AR they automatically give it to Max.
Yeah, I guess that's
why I was doing.
Yeah. But no, like,
all right, so
just like if a teenager is speeding in a residential area and they end up hitting a kid and they pass away, I'm not going to give them max on manslaughter charge because it's obviously like they made a big mistake in X, Y, and Z. Versus if, I don't know, they're doing something that's obviously stupid and intend to harm someone, and it ends up in someone passing away, like throwing rocks at a little kid or something, and it hits them in the head and they end up passing away or something. Like you're not getting minimum manslaughter for doing something that's stupid.
Gotcha. Okay. Freedom $4.99. So what is everyone's thought after hearing it? Sounds like he pushed himself into the knife. It does. It sounds like self-defense to me. It does. 35 years is crazy. It is. Great super chat. It definitely is not. It's definitely not coming out the way how people is trying to push it out to be. What up, plug? It ain't.
I said something. So, do you think like maybe the lawyer was in on this since he didn't really object? He didn't really.
Bruh, either man, like I'm really like I don't want to say that out loud because that's just foul to say, but bruh, it's hard not to. Also, shout out to the Cash App. It says support the show 100. Thank you so much. You know how difficult it is to get support for honest conversation and honest information. Because that was just an honest moment right there with just information from somebody that was actually there. And hopefully, when we get the transcripts, we can see if everything matches up to what he say. But either man, bruh.
I'm just saying, like, I gotta see the trend. This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the lawyer objected 50,000 times and the newspaper just missed it.
No, he didn't. Mel said last night that he heard 2 objections, and those were before the trial started. But during the course of the trial, his lawyer never objected to anything that was leading witnesses. That was like he did no objections, and that's what I'm glad MJ popped back up because that's one of my issues. Nothing that happened in the trial was preserved for appeal. It's all going to be set under ineffective assistance of counsel, which is still a higher bar. That's what I'm not happy about. I believe his lawyer tried to burn his appeal.
And it's just like, did you see Brian Steele in the Young Thug case? Anybody seen that? Brian Steele went to jail for his client. Listen, he said, listen.
Great point.
Like he was
I didn't see that part.
He literally said, I object. He said, if you do it again, I'm going to hold you in contempt in court. He said, I don't want to go to jail, but I'm going to jail for my client. And he went to jail. Literally went to jail. I just wish
that's that junkyard dog that we want. We want that junkyard dog.
Yeah, that's hard, man. And it is a lot, man. Maybe he was trying to think about his career. Maybe he was thinking about, I don't know what he was thinking about, but
I don't know what he was thinking either, man. It sounds a little sketchy to me. Let me see how MJ can you let's see, MJ, hop up mute. You there?
I'm good. I was fighting for my life earlier. I really was, but I'm home now. Y'all can hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you well now.
Yeah, so I was wanted to come in just to point out what Bond was talking about. It was that's a really good thing. And I hope that the defense attorney, if they get a new one with this new appeal, that they start bringing that up and questioning if there were metal detectors at the event. How did he get inside with the pocket knife if it's supposed to be perceived as a weapon? The prosecutor did a good job of making it being perceived as a weapon. to the jury, which was creating this false intent. But now the defense attorney has the ability to call in everybody who was on duty that day doing the metal detectors and who was the one who patted down Carmelo Anthony. Did he see this pocket knife? Did he allow it through? Why did he allow it through? What was his reasoning and his logic behind it? So we have to start moving differently, because pretty much if I am picking up with that guy, I don't know who that guy was, but the guy who came in with all the information that was at the court, picking up what he was putting down, that they're using many different type of loopholes in this situation to make sure that is framing Carmelo Anthony as intentionally coming there to be destructive, intentionally coming there to harm someone, and that these Metcalf kids were just kids and they weren't out to harm anyone, and they were just there trying to protect the environment. Meaning
MJ,
that
that's
Carmelo
gonna be really
Anthony,
hard to prove.
say that again?
Because athletes normally don't use normal entries. It is common that athletes don't come through the normal doors. Like we always have like,
I never.
See, I'm just stopping you real quick. In Texas, it's not that. You can see there's metal detectors at both ends.
Yes.
Usually the weight room is on the far right side. Athletes come in from that side, and there's a metal detector on the outside gate that comes in through it's the school way. I know what you're saying, but there's still metal detectors there.
And just another thing, just to point out what the guy was talking about the videos having different dates. If this is a school event that normally happens for certain, I guess, certain sports that the school holds, then it would be very easy for them to get surveillance from, Carmelo attending an event before, probably wearing the same jacket or things of that sort, to make it seem that he was roaming around in the area prior to going down to sit down where the tent or the tent was at, where the Metcalf boys went to approach him. You know, so I was thinking about those dates too, and I think that the defense attorney needs to bring that up as well to confirm what was on the police body cam, as well as what was seen from the arena of them showing him prior to the whole incident.
MJ, from what I saw, he also didn't request a forensic analysis of the video to confirm that it was unaltered. To my knowledge, it was just a video that they suggested.
Right,
Yeah,
and you know, and that's the problem too, right? Because even the photo, right? The photo of the judge being with the Metcalf family is now being said to be altered, now being said to be AI generated. You think that other things cannot apply here? And another thing too, I find it quite strange that, you know, having, let's say, a all-black jury, people have the assumption that they were going to find him not guilty just because they were black. But we're not allowed to have the assumption that they put a all-white jury because they wanted to make sure that he was not found guilty. I find that quite amazing, how the assumption only is applied to one side when it actually can go both sides across the board.
Woo.
Bar. And Josh said that too earlier, right? Somebody said that earlier. Yeah. How you doing, MJ, by the way? And Eat Man.
Hey Bob, I'm fighting for my life. They out here crazy in New York. Yeah, but
I heard they was acting crazy. Y'all okay out there? The Knicks lost, huh? Is that what they call it? The Knicks? What they call
No, they won.
They won. The biggest comeback in history.
What?
Never happened.
That's good.
New York lost their minds.
Oh, that's why. But they're gonna tear it up anyway. They tear it up if they lose. They tear it up if they win.
Correct.
That's the New York way. That's the New York way.
So when they win the actual championship, if they win the next game, whenever that is, that's tomorrow.
They ain't gonna win that one.
Yes, tomorrow.
I ain't gonna win that one, but shit.
Nah, San Antonio got that one.
Excuse me, don't be sitting up here trying to jinx us either, man. Who the hell do you think you doing?
I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth that you can
I'll
take
sage your ass like we had to sage Trump. Don't do it.
You better get the saging. I think it's gonna be better if y'all come back and win it in New York. Anyway.
Oh nah, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I think
if they win it here, it's gonna be. If they win it here, it's gonna be a riot.
That's gonna be a riot if they lose it. Y'all just want to fight. Y'all just want to fight in New York. So aggressive, and that's why I learned why a lot of people from New York have problems with this is because a lot of the things are already banned in New York. Like a lot of things that's normal in the South, guns, knives, all these things is something that's unnormal in the North. So it's like, oh my God. They be like, oh my God, he got a knife. And then I can show you that we all had knives. Like knives was like, it was literally like a rites of passage.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. And that goes back to what Bomb said. If you're talking about a pocket knife or a switch knife and stuff like that, that was always looked at as a handyman tool. Never looked at as a weapon. Never. So that's why it's very important for us to find out if he snuck it in or did security allow him in. And if security allowed him in, you have to question that security guard's logic. If you know that that is a weapon and you know that y'all consider that as a weapon and it's not supposed to be on the premise, then why did you let him in?
MJ, for the last maybe 3 days, I've been trying to explain to people about the totality of the circumstances in order to determine how he felt, right? And that, wait, there was an AR, hold up.
What's up?
So, wait, hold up. MJ, you still there?
I'm here.
You're muted. Oh, you muted because
but like
they're picking apart each individual occurrence and trying to say, well, this isn't enough by itself. This isn't enough by itself. I've been trying to say, and I'd like to know if you agree with me, that it's not one instance, it's the totality of it. How all the things combine to determine how he would have felt in that moment. And that's what his lawyers should have argued for his stand your ground defense.
Yes, absolutely. It's a sequence of events. And normally that's what plays out. When you get a case together, you build out the story about how everything took place and how it got to that point. The fact is that how they made it keep it separate as separate individual separate situations in one case is kind of crazy to me. It really is. Like, how do you leave out the video of the Metcalf boy approaching him, putting their hands on him? He's sitting down while they're in his face. How do you leave that out and turn it to switch it that he was aggressive? When the whole act of them even coming together was from an aggressive standpoint.
That's what I was going to ask you. So everybody keeps saying that, because keep in mind, it was still raining. When they came up aggressive and then told him to leave while it was still raining. That's a clear bully tactic, right? Would that be considered the initiating offense or the initiating moment when they approached him as a posse?
Yes, it was. That is when the aggression actually started. The same people who are saying that Carmelo was supposed to let these boys put their hands on him and kick him out, and he was just supposed to run away or go tell a coach or a security guard that they went and put their hands on him. The same thing applies to the Metcalf boys. If he wasn't supposed to be in that area or whatever, now why did you not go to the adults? Why didn't you go to the authorities?
I know that's important. I didn't think Sharon Spike was gonna make it through this last game. Man, he went through some emotions, boy. I thought he wasn't gonna make it, bro. I didn't think he was gonna make it to the end.
Kareem Mackey with the 199. Spike waiting all his life for this, Otis. His whole life.
That is so
he made
true.
A movie about this shit. Shout out to Kareem Mackey. He is waiting his whole life for this. He could die a happy man after this, seeing the Knicks win.
I was just gonna say, I know somebody brought up like the tool, or it's been brought up the tooling and stuff like that at the track meet, the knife being a tool and everything. The two witnesses that I don't know how many they called, but I saw at least two, and both of them kind of hurt the defense's case. One of them said, or unless it was the same person saying it, one of them said, "No, I wouldn't carry a knife with me," and he was also on the track team or had previously been on the track team, and then obviously the other one was like, "I think Carmelo provoked him." So
and,
again,
and now that we finding out,
no, that was the same person.
Oh, it was the same person.
And now that we know, people that actually run track in Texas, they all carry this kind of tool.
Who do we know? No, I just told you one of the witnesses that run track said, "No, I would not have a knife on me."
The Kulu actually ran track.
I know
he ran track in Texas.
I understand, but
I'm just trying to say, like as a defense attorney, there's no way you would have put those guys on the stand.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
There's no way. Like,
I agree.
I don't know what happened there. They had a whole
I agree. There was a lot of things I saw.
But that also goes that he might have been getting railroaded. That's what it's kind of showing.
It was. I've been said he got railroaded. He got railroaded from the start.
Then he got railroaded by his parents too, because you can't just, if you're gonna assume the negligence and whatever by everybody else's railroading, then his parents also railroaded him because his parents.
I will say that his parents definitely did make some mistakes. Absolutely.
Not some. They made a whole bunch. They railroaded him. They went and got this lawyer because some black activist reportedly a black activist told them to get a white lawyer for a white jury, so they went and did that. They never got on Twitter and made it known to everybody that, hey, this money that you're putting into GoFundMe, we can't even access that. We don't have money for another lawyer or for a better legal team, X, Y, and Z. So yeah, like if we're gonna talk about the incompetence and say it's railroading, then talk about his parents too.
Well, no, but this is his second group of lawyers. That's not the first lawyer they hired.
So they got rid of it, okay, and got one like okay. So proving my point, that's even worse.
No, I think money was more of an issue than we letting out. Because you got to remember, for the last year, it's not like his dad can just go back to work like nothing happened. Like this idea that my son did something this crazy and I can go back into my regular work, especially as a sales agent. Remember, he was a sales agent in Texas. I believe now knowing that they didn't have the access to the funds like I thought they did, I think they just ran out of money. Remember, this was a year. Remember, if you ever paid a lawyer for a year, I don't understand how expensive
supposedly this attorney is a good attorney in the area, so he's not cheap.
Wait, hold up. So you're also forgetting a bunch of things. So number one, remember when we initially talked about this, I saw that he was a public defender, and then I saw that he was common law. And I was like, that didn't make any sense because I thought he had the money. And it talked about the legal team that they paid for. And then it talked about his indigent status. And then it talked about his common law lawyer. So, and my issue was this was the first time common law, they'd worked together before, but they never faced against each other. And the way that it looks after not looking at the preservation of defenses, after the shoddy workmanship on the stand, after not even trying to actually form a real defense. Again, most people in Texas in this situation would quote stand your ground, and that stops most of the cases in his tracks. But he didn't even try to raise stand your ground. He raised self-defense, which is a higher standard, ironically, because there's more to it. And he didn't try to explain why Carmelo felt threatened or why he felt his life was threatened. His entire argument made no sense. The closing statements were atrocious. So if you're looking at all that, how can you can't say his lawyer tried, and you can honestly believe that he sold him to the government.
Yeah, I mean, tell you the truth, his lawyer did his job, but his lawyer did his job for the other team.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. He did his job. He was buddy and linked up with the prosecutor and the state of Texas in this situation, and that was him not to bring things to evidence that would actually, basically make it a clear, concise, reasonable to say that this young man was in self-defense. The fact that you just brought up stand your ground and the things that people have lost their life over, stand your ground. It would be property. It would be whatever, loud music, we have cases of this, that people have lost their lives because they was playing loud music and if someone felt threatened and they shot them. And you telling me that a young man can be approached by two guys taller than him and double in his weight and put their hands on him and he is not allowed to defend himself?
In what situation did someone win a case where they shot someone because they play loud music?
I don't know.
I forgot what state it was, but yeah, a guy was in his car and he was playing loud music, and one of the I guess the other customers that was at the gas station told him, flipped him off and said, turn down your music, blah blah blah. They got into a little discuss, and then he thought that when the guy was reaching in his car, he thought that the guy was pulling out a gun. This is what he had told the courts, and he ended up shooting in the car. And the guy drove off, trying to, steer the wheel while he's bleeding out, and he ended up dying. The guy didn't get held accountable for that. He was found to be under the stand your ground law.
So that's a complete
because of reasonable suspicion. Hold up, but keep in mind there was no actual threat. So AR, you did this yesterday.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, well, no, I understand that you have reasonable suspicion. When someone on here did a video, not on the panel right now, but someone else on YouTube has a video. And he went over cases in Texas, and one of the cases was a situation where a black father and husband had back and forth with the neighbor below them at an apartment complex. Somehow they was in the parking lot at the same time. The neighbor was yelling at his wife and kids, hovering over him, and said, "I'm gonna show y'all what I do to people that call police," or whatever he said, and reached behind his back. And the husband and father shot him and got off on self-defense. I know you don't have to have physical contact. It can be reasonable suspicion. It can be these things. So there's a reasonable person assumed that there was a deadly threat imminent or something else, so they defended themselves. I understand that.
Yeah, the argument that people keep making isn't making sense because nobody, when you again look at everything that it was, he was about to get jumped. He had a medical condition. He warned them he had a knife, and they still came and put his hands on him. He could have clearly believed they were trying to do real irreparable harm. So why aren't people? And again, it was his defense's job to raise that case, and they didn't.
Hello, no, but listen, the funny part about it, like yesterday, Sharon, I asked Ronald a direct question. I said, if we was in public and I stole off on you, right, and I knocked you out, do you got the right to shoot me? Ronald said, yeah, you punch me, I got the right to shoot you. Isn't it crazy that the same people are saying that they don't see the logic in it will respond in the same kind in these situations?
Right.
And the funny thing is, you would have been allowed to do so here. Like people keep trying to make it that they think that I'm against it because I'm black. And y'all know that that's a retarded ass statement. My issue is the fact that this actually affects my self-defense here. Because now you're saying I'm not allowed to defend myself until you actually put me in harm.
Let me cut my camera. Shadow. Nobody didn't thank you because you black. Nobody made no black argument.
Hey, I've been told that at least 5 times this week.
It has been that way for black people. White people get to defend themselves and black people don't. And so if y'all don't look at them cases and see that's what exactly is happening, then you will think that race don't matter. But race matters because they make it matter. You don't have the right to defend yourself. That young man is going to do 35 years because he don't have the right to defend himself in a state where you can defend yourself.
Thank you.
It's called proportionate and what a reasonable person believes. And
no, that's only when you black. But when you
it's literally in the
but Bomb, even then, where's proportional? No, hold up. AR's lying through his teeth. No, pull it up. Pull it up. I promise you, neither Texas Penal Code 31 or 32 ever used the phrase of proportional force. I promise you that. I've looked at it at least 15 times this week.
Yeah, it doesn't say that.
You just have to prove that you had to defend yourself. That's it. You were threatened.
That's it. That's it.
And you have to have a reasonable belief. That's what the standard is. It's not, and it's literally called one-upping. You can, if you threaten to stab me, I have the right to shoot you. I don't have to go halfway. I don't have to be like, oh, well, he threatened to stab me. Let me go pick up a screwdriver. No, hey, I'm gonna try to knock you out and stomp you out. All right, and I blow you through the wall. I can do that. I can literally do that.
What you say?
And there's nothing you can say. What?
It might be North Carolina. I'm just wrong. Period. But so it's just it doesn't have the proportion in there.
You said North Carolina has proportion?
It might. Well, I'm just wrong.
The southern states definitely don't give a damn.
You don't want to look it up?
Why? Whether it has it or not, I'm still wrong about what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Or wrong in that instance, anyway.
So we watch and then he got 35 years. When we saw a woman claim that thought she went to her apartment, shoot a man who was eating ice cream, and she got 10 years.
Gallagher got 10 years. Gallagher got 10 years for shooting Botham Jean in his house. Make that make sense.
And then even then they claim.
And hold up, hey, Bomb, do you remember why they were able to do that? Because they said, and I quote, she believed someone was a threat in her home.
Yeah, that's what I just said. She was claiming self-defense. She claimed that even though it was his place, she thought it was her place, and she saw this big black man in her place eating ice cream. And that's why she was able to get just 10 years. It was reasonable.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
she broke into somebody else's house and shot him and said, "Oh, I thought he was dangerous," and that was reasonable.
And MJ mentioned a case. If I'm correct, it was Florida, and the young boy was in the car.
Pretty confident
they was in
he's
the
locked
car
up.
playing music. The music was loud. The white man said, "Turn your music down," and they said no. And he went to shooting in
Pretty sure he's locked up.
No, he's not.
Okay.
I was in Florida when that happened, when that case happened. I was also living in Florida when it was a domestic dispute, and the woman, her partner, was coming at her, trying to kill her, and she had a weapon.
Sentenced to 20 years in prison for shooting over loud music.
What? Well, that's good. What about they didn't want to arrest him, so. Just like the old lady who shot the neighbor when she was banging at the door, she knocked at the door, she shot her through the door.
Oh, the mom, right?
Yeah, shot the mom because the lady was doing racist things and saying racist things to the children all in the neighborhood, claiming they were loud. All because of that. This lady was mean and she shot that woman through the door and claimed that she was threatened. And they wasn't going to arrest her.
There's a very close case that somebody brought up, the Casey Allen case. I went and looked it up after that. It's literally the same circumstance. She served 3 years. She got 3 years in jail for doing the same thing.
Yeah, so it is a race thing. But y'all said something, I think it was Edie Man said something that was very important. And somebody else said it too. When we watch our own kind be happy that a young boy is going to jail for 35 years. Even if you say, well, I think he's guilty based on the facts that I've heard, you can say that. But damn, you ain't got to be excited about it. You ain't got to be happy. I told you, yeah, he deserved it too. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, so the gas station case, so the other one that I was referring to was loud music at someone's home. The gas station case, he got found guilty of 3 attempts of M, and had a mistrial on first degree. But he was definitely not. He definitely didn't get off each of his attempts. If I'm not mistaken, a minimum mandatory of 20 years for each account. So he got at least 60.
Yeah, but he had a couple of trials, right?
I don't know. But the point is that he didn't get off.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's the exact point, but I think what we were saying was in a lot of the cases, until these things go worldwide or nationwide, they'd be getting off. In other words, yeah, like my brother getting shot in the back, right?
I think Ahmaud Arbery is a perfect example.
What?
The local Ahmaud Arbery, where they hunted him down and
the runner.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like that wouldn't have happened if the dude hadn't released the footage, because the local police department, everybody was pretty much like hiding it or whatever they did.
That's right.
So yeah, there's 100%. There's
even with the boat thing, that happened, and they was about to slide that to the side until some people took notice. I think his family started talking, and people picked it up, and that's when they